The Me Too movement started out as a way for victims to speak more freely about their experiences and hold people accountable. But some say it's drifted from its roots. So the question is, are people misusing it?
You think?
So, Inez, we're going to start with you. Now, you feel like people are misusing the Me Too movement.
Yeah, so I think we could all cheer when serial predators like Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby were brought to justice. Men, women, conservatives, liberals, I think we could all cheer about that. But my three questions are, by what standard of evidence are we doing this, if we're going to be bringing people to justice? And two, what counts as assault? And three, is this going to become a political weapon rather than about victims?
Now we have an investigative journalist. This is Sarah Fields. I'm sure Sarah wants to ask you a question. So Sarah, please, what question do you have for Lindsay?
I don't have a whole lot of questions. These text messages are incredibly concerning, and it doesn't really feel like something that should be joked around about.
I don't think so either.
I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to call you a liar because I don't think that that would be appropriate. But what I will say is that if anybody ever accuses someone of something so horrific and it's not actually true, that would be the most disgusting thing, because this man's career has potentially been completely destroyed.
One of the women who accused me of sexual assault just got indicted for committing felony fraud against me. Imagine that. Let me catch up to speed.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Love from Love, Life, in the Game, coming at you guys with another video. Today, we're going to jump right on the topic of this Trevor Bauer news. If you guys, anybody who's not familiar with the story, Trevor Bauer was a baseball player he was a professional baseball player for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he was accused of sexual assault on multiple occasions. This man had his career taken from him. He's always proclaimed his innocence. And from the likes of everything and all the information that's been coming out, it appears that he is justified in his claims. Now, the reason why we're even having this conversation is because we're going to talk about the Me Too movement and this whole believe all women, all this bullshit. Okay. And there are a lot of men who are behind bars right now because a woman did not tell the truth about what happened. And a lot of it deals with in cases in Trevor Bauer's case, men who are high earners, whether they are lawyers, doctors, in his case, a professional baseball player, men who have millions, where they've had sex with a woman, consensual sex. The woman tries to extort money out of them and either threatens or goes ahead and files a false claim of sexual assault. So I'm going to play this news clip. We're going to get into this because, y'all, this is not the first time we've seen this. We're going to go all the way back to my hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana. We're going to dive into Mike Tyson's trial too, because this is history repeating itself. But let's check this out.
Now at 3 o'clock, a woman who accused former Dodger Trevor Bauer of sexual assault has now been indicted.
KTLA 5 Samantha Cortese joining us here in the studio with the story. Samantha?
The 2020 Cy Young Award winner appears to be exiled from Major League Baseball. But in a video online, Trevor Bauer is asking, what more can he do to prove he's innocent now that one of his accusers is facing serious jail time for extortion and fraud? A woman who accused former Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer of sexual assault has been charged with fraud in Arizona. A grand jury indictment unsealed Monday accuses Darcy Adana Esmonu of fraud and theft by extortion against Bauer and another man. Esmonu sued Bauer, saying he raped her and got her.
Did y'all catch that? So Trevor Bauer is not even the only person that this woman filed a sexual assault case against. Are we starting to see a pattern here? Let's continue.
Pregnant in 2020. Bauer says she demanded money to terminate the pregnancy, but later said she had a miscarriage. Bauer posted a 5-minute video on YouTube responding to the indictment and addressing allegations at large for the first time in months.
Here's the thing, she never had an abortion because she was never even pregnant, and that's corroborated by her own medical records. When I refused to pay her the $3.6 million she was asking for, she made up a bogus sexual assault claim and filed a civil suit against me.
In the countersuit, Bauer's lawyers claim she took the money for the abortion and went to Philadelphia to get LASIK eye surgery.
This is incredible. Y'all, and this is exactly why, no the hell, we will not believe all women. See, that whole movement was a ridiculous one to begin with because, number one, it does not hold women accountable. Because now, let me just say this on the record because I don't want women to think that I am just calling all women liars. No. But for the women out there who are real victims, listen, I stand with you. The men who did this, who committed these heinous acts, yes, they should be prosecuted. Yes, they should be behind bars. Yes, they should face the law and the consequences of their actions. No, you have no argument from me on that point. But I also believe on the flip side that as a woman, if you falsely accuse a man of SA, you should be held to the same level of punishment that these men whose lives you've ruined. You've ruined their reputation. And in the case of Trevor Bauer, this man lost his career because a woman lied. She tried to extort money from him, took the money, to get instead of going to get an abortion. And, and obviously you just saw that even the doctor's report showed that she wasn't even pregnant to begin with. She used the money he gave her to go to Philadelphia to get LASIK eye surgery. Now, remember that you heard that they mentioned she wanted $3.6 million from him. And when he refused to give it to her, she files SA. Let's continue.
As Monu is not the same woman who accused Bauer of assault in 2021, leading to his 194-game suspension and apparent exile from the MLB just months after signing one of the largest contracts in baseball history with the Dodgers. That accuser, Lindsey Hill, and Bauer settled last year without any payments between the two. Bauer was
This man lost almost a $200 million contract. Lost, got exiled from the MLB, lost his money, reputation destroyed over the false allegations of a woman. You guys know what the scary part about this is? You have no idea how many times this happens from people who aren't Trevor Bauer, who don't have his kind of money, and this still happens to. It's a lot of real G's doing time. Y'all, Trevor Bauer is not the first that we've seen something like this happen to. Before Trevor Bauer, there was Mike Tyson and Desiree Washington. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this story, I'll give you a little background before I play the clip. Mike Tyson was in town for the Indiana Black Expo. This was years ago. He was in town for the Indiana Black Expo as a guest with a lot of celebrities that were there, Johnny Gill being one of them. That's the way that the expo has been for years. Anyway, Mike Tyson goes, he's invited to the expo, the beauty pageant, where he meets celebrity. I mean, he doesn't, not celebrity. I'm talking about contestants of the beauty pageant. One of them being a young lady by the name of Desiree Washington, who was 18 at the time. They were seen by multiple people on multiple occasions, hanging out with each other, flirting with each other, all that stuff. Mike Tyson sends his limo to go and pick her up at 2:00 in the morning. She came of her own volition. No one made her get into the limo. She got into the limo of her own volition and came to his hotel room. And they had sex. They had consensual sex. Now, Desiree Washington claims that it was not consensual. But y'all, let's use common sense and logic here. What man sends a limo to go pick up a woman that he's attracted to at 2:00 in the morning to come back to his hotel room? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't to come play Scrabble. So I'm gonna play a clip. There's this documentary. This documentary's called "What They Didn't Tell You About Mike Tyson's Rape Conviction," and I'm gonna play clips from it and then react to it because it's so relevant to this whole Trevor Bauer case. So without further ado, let's check it out.
Desiree Washington and Mike Tyson had sex inside that hotel room. That much is certain. But was it consensual sex, as Tyson claims?
911 police emergency. Yes, I'm calling to report a rape.
The cops didn't think so.
You know him well, or is this somebody you just now met? It's someone that's like famous.
Coming up, the prosecution goes.
All right, guys. That voice that you just heard on the 911 call was Desiree Washington. Now, does she sound like, in any way, shape, or form, of a person who had just been essayed? Did she sound like that? I know she didn't to me. Not at all. Not even the slightest. But, let's continue.
Goes on the attack.
Maybe you wanted to go upstairs and make out with him. Does that make it okay when he rips your clothes off of you? I think not.
Tyson's defense takes aim.
I think that Desiree was not consistent.
And later, what the jury did not hear.
It was about the unfairest trial I've ever experienced.
The evidence that I would have feared if I'd been the prosecution is that she went into the bathroom, removed her shield that she had in her underwear because she was starting her period, did not replace it.
Mm-hmm. Didn't have anything with her.
You don't have
Why
an
was
answer.
she taking it away? I mean, the first thing, why did she even remove it then? Something's better than nothing.
Remember, when she goes in that bathroom, from her testimony, he's already trying to kiss her. He's working on her. Oh, baby, mommy. Oh, mommy, you're turning me on. And she's all at once had this blinding flash of the obvious, oh, God, I'm in the wrong place. She did what women have done since there were restrooms. Off to the John.
Yeah. To some critics, Tyson's defense team didn't make enough of this incident.
You know, here's a young lady who changed the panty liner in the restroom. And in these restrooms, in those suites, there are phones in there, which she could have very easily locked the door, called downstairs.
Look at this, y'all. Look at the phone right there on the wall. Right there. Y'all, I'm from Indianapolis. And let me tell you something. Anytime the Indiana Black Expo is going on, there are cops downtown everywhere. And that hotel that Mike Tyson was staying in, the Canterbury, that's where all like the dignitaries and celebrities, it's a high-end hotel. You can best believe not only were there police downtown, but I'm pretty sure there was some probably at that hotel in the lobby. If she really got essayed as she claimed, you see the phone on the wall in the restroom. She could have done exactly what the man just said. She could have went inside, locked the door, dialed 911, and the police would have been up there within 2 minutes. Now, in this next clip, we got there's another witness that came forward, and this is a man named Wayne Walker, who, guess who he was? He's the ex-boyfriend that she dated in high school. Now, for some odd reason, he was not allowed to testify. Check this out.
And there was another potential witness the jurors never heard from either.
Wayne Walker, who is he?
A young man who heroically came forward to tell the truth. Once her picture and name appeared, he said, oh my God, that's Desiree Washington. She wasn't a virgin the way she was portrayed at the trial.
According to his sworn statement, Walker, a high school boyfriend, said when Desiree's father found out they'd had consensual sex, he accused him of raping her.
Why, and I use an obscenity, could you accuse me of rape? That's such a big word that can really ruin a person.
Yep.
And she replied as, I had to say something to cover myself because you know what my father would do.
He provided an affidavit to that effect. Judge Gifford, forget.
Look at this. See, this is another classic example of how women refuse to take accountability for their own actions. She had consensual sex with the boyfriend, and then she felt guilty afterwards. And instead of taking accountability for her actions, she tells her father that she was raped to cover her own, to cover her own tracks. and ruin, you can't make this up, man. Listen, guys, let me say this. If you guys have sons, and I'm talking to any man out there who has a son, here in 2024, you have to do everything you can to protect your sons so that they don't end up like this. This is what this Me Too bullshit has done. And this has been going on for a long time, y'all. What happened with Mike Tyson, that was even way before the Me Too movement. But that's just another classic example of how women are not held accountable for the things that they do. And this is sickening, it's sad, it's ridiculous. Protect yourselves and protect your sons. Educate them. Give them all the tools that they need so they can safely navigate through this world and never have to end up dealing with a situation like this. Because we know one thing should be very clear to all of you for sure. When it comes to taking accountability and being honest, a lot of these women out here, especially here in the West, they're not going to do it.
He ain't lying.
Protect your seed and yourselves at all costs, gentlemen. That's pretty much all I got. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next one.